Hey, so we're gonna pick up a new week. I hope you've had a good weekend. I know for those of you who were able to make it out to our event on Saturday, we just had a wonderful time in the Lord. What a good time we had. His presence was wonderful. And I am working on uploading the video. As soon as it's ready, I'll share that link with you and you can receive the word that the Lord gave to us that day. Exciting things, just something I want to make you aware of, which I did introduce on Saturday, and so I'll share it with you today, and we'll talk a little bit more about it in an extra video. But this is Psalm 1, and it's a book, and it is Psalm 1, a 30-day journey of choice. And so this came in literally on Thursday before the event on Saturday. And I'm just going to read you the back of it. And of course, like I said, I'll do this later, but I felt like I gave birth to a child when this came back from the publishers. But it says, have you ever had a hard time making a decision? You knew what you wanted to do, but also what you should do. More often than not, the want to and the ought to aren't the same. In a world where instant gratification is glorified, if we looked at our choices from what we will gain rather than what it will cost, chances are the two would align more frequently. Psalm 1, a 30-day journey of choice, studies two groups of people who chose two very different paths. And you know that even from what we've been looking at so far in Psalm 1:1, in that the blessed one, whose life is characterized as blessed, happy, fortunate, enviable, prosperous, is the one who does not. And we've looked at walks and lives in the counsel of the ungodly, stands submissive and active in the place where sinners walk. And then today we're going to move into the last one, which is, nor sits down and relaxes where the scornful and the mockers gather. But those are the two groups of people that Psalm 1 really details the path. That says, the Christian's walk is not one for the faint of heart, those who give up easily. It's much easier on our emotions to just be a Sunday Christian, but I don't serve just a Sunday God. His love deserves 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It calls to me, it draws me. It is that love that makes the walk worth it, and the gain it brings, both spiritually and physically, far outweigh any cost. Let's go for a walk. So this is available for purchase. It's $10 for the book, and it is a 30-day devotion. So we go through every day. There's a new devotion every day. But anyway, as the week goes on, I'll do some of those in Daily Devos so you can get a little better glimpse of the book. But today we do move forward in Psalm 1. Some of you are probably thinking, when are we ever going to get out of this scripture? But I do think that taking the depth of the word is very important, peeling back and looking at layers. And so the last portion, again, which we just read or went through on the back of that book cover, it says, nor sits down to relax and rest where the scornful and the mockers gather. And so I really want to take that and pull it apart. You know, what does it mean? Who are the scornful, the mockers? And what does it mean to sit down and relax where they gather? And so we're going to look at that today. The first thing, it says to sit down and relax where the scornful and the mockers gather. And what I want to pose to you is to look at that not just as a geographical location, but look at it as in the places that they gather, as well as with them. So do not sit down and relax where they gather, in the places that they gather, in the types of places that they gather, as well as with the people in communion and association and that kind of thing. So there's two applications there, that we, looking at the life of the blessed one, if that's what we want our life to be characterized, we don't get to go places where everybody else gets to go, you know, or gets to go, I say, but not really, where they choose to go, where they're looking for belonging and acceptance and something to fill the void and to make them feel better. And so there are places that the blessed one doesn't belong. There are places that the Christian doesn't need to go for their witness sake, but also for just pouring bad things inside of us, and we don't want those to come back out. And so as we're looking at this, that we don't sit down and relax in the same types of places where the scornful and the mockers gather. And then we also separate ourselves from those types of people, so we don't gather with them. So I'm going to leave you with that today because we're already at the 5-minute mark, and we'll pick up here again tomorrow. I will see you then. Bye.